it on. A message from the Foundation.
1480 WHBC Sports presents the High School Football TV Game of the Week. The AltCare TV Game of the Week is brought to you by SARTA, Northern Ohio Honda Dealers, Malone University, Old Carolina Barbecue, Altman Health Foundation, Amison Dental Group, Massillon Cable Television, Friends and Family Credit Union, Expert Auto Collision, Jersey Sports Grill, and AltCare, and can be seen locally on His TV Canton.
And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Week 10 of high school football. It's a soggy night here at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson Township, where tonight it's our AltCare TV Game of the Week. And it's a Federal League showdown between a couple of rivals, the Hoover Vikings and the Jackson Polar Bears, both with identical 6-3 records. I'm Dave Sheets. I'll have the play-by-play. Joining me upstairs, as always, is Mark Miller. And Mark, we'll start with you. We'll take a look at the visiting Hoover Vikings, who come off a tough road loss last week at Bishop Hartley, 45-38. But they're here and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, they really are, and their offense has really caught fire, gotten better as the season has gone, and as you mentioned, even in a loss, put up 38. So on offense, we've got to look at the guy that kind of makes all that happen, and it's a sophomore. Number 2, the quarterback, Connor Ashby, 6'1", 170 pounds. He can run and throw. He's thrown the ball for over 1,800 yards, 17 touchdowns, over 70% completions, only 2 interceptions. Really takes care of the ball and spreads it around to a bevy of good wide receivers. On the run side, over 430 yards and 6 more touchdowns and 6 yards per carry. That's really something considering all those sacks. On defense, let's look at number 31, middle linebacker J.R. Rupert, a 6'1", 210-pound junior. He's a leading tackler on the Hoover team with 94, a couple of tackles for loss. His job tonight, stop that great running game. A couple of really good running backs, Adkins and Albright, coming at him all night long. Rupert's going to have to hold down the middle.
All right, thanks a lot, Mark. And on the sidelines tonight is Frank Salona. And Frank, we take a look now at Jackson. They're coming off a 42-7 win against Green a week ago, and they are ready to go tonight against the Vikings.
Yeah, they are. They're firing on all cylinders tonight, or this last couple of weeks. They've been playing very well. And, you know, on offense for them, you got to look at Ethan Atkins, the junior, 5'11", 185-pound running back. He's got 160 carries on the year, 825 yards, 11 touchdowns, and he averages 5 yards a carry, a little over 5 yards a carry. So Ethan Atkins, you know, he's got to do the job. On a night like tonight, cold and wet, he's got to be able to run the football effectively for the Jackson Polar Bears. Defensively for the Bears, well, it starts up front, and it's Max Rusu. He's a senior, 6 foot, 335, playing in his last home game here as a Polar Bear. He's got to have a big game tonight with those front 4 to try to slow down that running game of the Hoover Vikings with Adam Gagullo and that passing game of Connor Ashby as well.
All right, thanks a lot, Frank. And, of course, Hoover can move into a first-place tie, a league title, if you will, with the Federal League if they can manage a victory over Jackson here tonight. And both teams have playoff aspirations as well. We'll come back and have the opening kickoff between the Hoover Vikings and the Jackson Polar Bears from Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson Township, our AltCare TV Game of the Week. Stay with us. The kickoff coming up next.
Here's to time with friends, spoiling the grandkids, and romantic getaways. Here's to good health with AltCare's Primetime Health Plan. With new vision and dental benefits on most plans, a new hearing aid benefit, and worldwide emergency and urgent coverage when you need it, you can focus on planning your next great adventure without having to worry about your health plan. To learn more about our new health care plans, call us to reserve your seat at a meeting. We'd love to see you. Life's a journey with AltCare's Primetime Health Plan. Let your journey start with us.
For over 45 years, we've cultivated our community from the ground up because we know that to grow a beautiful world, it takes more than just water and sunlight. So when it came to growing our business, it had to be the new Pilot. It's all about keeping things fresh by adapting to any environment. The 2018 Pilot. Green thumbs are better with a Honda.
Upgrade to a new Pilot for just $369 per month. Shop your local Honda dealer or online at northernohiohondadealers.com.
House your home. Safeguard knows, and you can too. Wherever you are, day or night, whatever you're doing, Safeguard Home Security is professionally monitoring your home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can check on your home from anywhere at any time on your smartphone, tablet, or computer. The Safeguard app makes it easy to put your mind at ease. Safeguard Security from MCTV. Your home is just fine.
Back at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson Township, our Alt Care TV game of the week, where currently we have 45 degrees. It's rainy, it's windy. Hoover won the toss. They deferred, so Jackson will receive the opening kickoff. Let's take a look at the MCTV keys to the game. Here's Mark Miller.
I think, first of all, offensively, both teams need to balance the run and the pass. They are capable tonight. It will be important. Secondly, red zone efficiency. When they get down close to the goal line, they need to score, and more importantly than that, they need to score touchdowns, not just field goals. Thirdly, tackle on defense. Running backs on both sides run really hard. They break tackles. The key is to tackle well, and tackle surely.
MCTV bringing you our keys to the game. Dave Sheets, Mark Miller, sideline reporter Frank Salona, statistician Bob Jeffries. And we are all set to go here in our Alt Care TV game of the week, Week 10. And both teams playing tonight with a lot on the line, Mark. Playoff implications, a possible share of the Federal League title, all kinds of angles to this one.
When you look at the schedule preseason, you'd only dream that your last game would be this important.
There you go. We are underway. A short kick heading towards the sidelines. It'll be fielded at the 30 and then bobbling it and going out of bounds for the Polar Bears is number 33. That's Jack Dennis. So it'll be the Vikings on offense. Let's take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Honda dealers. The wide receivers are Ryan and Johnson. The tight end is Fisher. Across the front, Leininger, Custer, Roth, Moss, and Gray. The running backs are Atkins and Albright, and the quarterback is Trey Wright. Check that Hoover defense in just a moment. Jackson coming off two impressive wins these last couple of weeks. Wins over Central, double reverse, and it's going to be a throw. Ryan is wide open, settles under it. 30, 20, runs to the corner. Touchdown, Polar Bears on the first play of the game. How about that?
Well, they fooled everybody in the stadium.
My goodness. And the ball was severely underthrown, but Ryan had such a lead down the field. He sat back there like receiving a punt. And this will be a nominee, obviously, for our Friends and Family Credit Union. Rock solid play of the game. Jackson on the board on the first play from scrimmage.
One of those plays they probably decided some point earlier in the week that was going to be the first play, trying to get a home run.
Bryce Mouton adds the extra point for the Polar Bears. And with 11:44 to go in the first quarter, it's already Jackson 7 and Hoover nothing on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. We'll settle in, huh?
Yeah, this is our third game that we've had a touchdown on, like, the first play from scrimmage. Sometimes the defense scoring, this time the offense scoring, but you know, Hoover now has to answer. They've got to put that behind them and realize it's just one score, and this game is not going to end 7-0 and just keep playing. But what a great game plan call by Jackson's football staff.
Jake Ryan with that touchdown grab now has 54 catches on the year for over 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns.
I got the drive.
How about this?
One play, 72 yards, 16 seconds. For right to Ryan for a touchdown, extra point, good.
Mouton set to kick off. Back deep for Hoover is junior Drew Johnson. He wears number 22. He's standing inside his own 5-yard line. So a quick start to this one. And Jackson now set to kick off. That's going to hit, and Johnson fields it cleanly at the 5, straight ahead, 20. Pretty good return as he bowls his way out to near the 30-yard line. So the Vikings with a good return and good field position on first down. Let's take a look at the Vikings on offense. The wide receivers, Johnson, Graham, Forrest, and Robinson across the front. Van Est, Wyatt, Goddard, and Riesling, along with Shirey. And the running back is Grigualo. The quarterback, sophomore number 2, Connor Ashby. First down and 10. Ball near the 30-yard line. Ashby, the quarterback, has a man in motion. He's going to give it to the running back, Adam Grigualo. And he gets maybe a yard to the 31. Checking that Jackson defense across the front. Junker, Rusu, Kurtz, and Ackerman. The linebackers are Fisher, Dennis, Schott. The corners, Boggs and Coolidge. The safeties are Wright and Ryan. Again, our starting lineups brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Honda dealers. Second down and 9. Man in motion is Johnson. Ashby back. In trouble. Now he's looking to run. And he'll be buried there out near the 33-yard line. About 5 polar bears found him at the same time.
That was a good job by Jackson's defense of staying in their lanes and keeping him penned in. He's so agile and so fast that if you go for him too quick, he'll go by you. See the moves here, and the defenders just kind of keep that envelope around him.
Ended up being linebacker Victor Schott who made first contact there. Third down and about 8. Ashby back, pressure, throws, tipped, and incomplete. In and out of the hands of the wide receiver, Trent Graham. And that'll bring up 4th down, and Hoover with a quick 3 and out.
Just a crossing route, bringing the backside wide receiver underneath the linebackers, running off everybody, trying to give him a chance to catch it short of the first down, but on the move so he can run for the first down. And I think maybe if he'd have caught it, he would have had a first down.
Drew Boggs drops back deep for Jackson. The punter is Yanni Volas, number 57. He is a sophomore, standing at his own 20. Light rain continues. He nearly blocked, but he got it away. A nice high floater, and Boggs makes the fair catch at the 37-yard line. Let's take a look at that Hoover defense now. Across the front, Sant, Hayden, Schott, and Pope. Linebackers, Pruzanowski, Rupert, and Spence. The corners, Herman and Robinson. The safeties, Vega and Forrest.
Great job by the Jackson defense, 3 and out, getting the ball back for their offense in pretty good field position.
High formation in the backfield for the Polar Bears. They lead it 7-0. Just underway, handoff, running back. That is Albright. Albright carries out near the 42.
Looks like Jackson Hoover on defense is going to try to combat this power run game by shifting in some bigger guys when they go to that power set. They had the 3 tight end set that time, only 1 wide receiver, and Hoover ran a couple of linemen out there late to try to stop that.
Albright picks up 4 on first down. 2nd and 6 at the 42. The man in motion, and they'll give it to him. Tries that right side. Hoover's defense spreads it out, and they may have lost a yard back to the 41. On the carry that time was the wideout Preston Johnson. And Hoover was not fooled.
No, they weren't. Looked like Pruzanowski out there. Sam Bird was out there. They just did not lose contain. You see Junker trying to block his guy to the sideline for the running back to cut up inside. He wasn't able to, and that caused at least no gain. Did you call it a loss of 1?
I think it was a loss of 1, and it was Mike Sant who broke through past Junker and really broke that play up. 3rd down and 7 from the 41, and a flag comes in from the near side.
Yep, wide receiver jumped the count, so back him up 5 more. You know, down at Bishop Hartley last week, Hoover fell behind a lot early. That may have served them well in getting behind early in this game, only by a touchdown. But they did come back in that game, not able to get over the top and win it. But it proved to them that, hey, there's a lot of game left to go. We're going to score a lot of points. Let's just hang in there on defense and get the ball back.
After the penalty, 3rd and 12 from the 36. Albright back there with Wright. Quick toss to the right-hand side. It's caught. And not much. A gain of a couple to the 38. That's going to bring up 4th and 10. And again, a nice job by the Hoover defense.
Well, there you see it. They try to get it out in a screen, kind of a safe play on 3rd and 9. But, you know, we talk a lot about the Hoover offense. The defense has been playing very well. They gave up 45 last week, but before that, they were really shutting some teams down.
There you saw a quick shot of head coach Brian Baum in his 4th year at Hoover. They've had a great year, 6-3 coming in, as are the Polar Bears. There's a kick by Wright. It's going to bounce out of bounds at the 35. We have a timeout on the field. Our score, Jackson 7, Hoover nothing on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard.
Are you looking for something different? At Friends and Family Credit Union, our success is defined by you. Our goal is to improve your financial needs and better your lifestyle. Friends and Family Credit Union provides loans, savings, checking, and other financial services to anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Stark County. Our friendly staff is fully committed to serving over 11,000 of its members. What are you waiting for? Stop in one of our locations today to become a friend of the family.
You can't tell your cold to wait? Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Get the app now. You can't tell your migraine to wait. Talk to a doctor now with the new Altman Now app. Download the Altman Now app now.
For nearly 20 years, thousands of people have relied on SARTA for safe, affordable, reliable transportation.
People like Misty Williams, who's riding SARTA to a brighter future. Misty's a full-time student and mom who uses our fixed routes to get to school, pick up her son at daycare, and return home at the end of a very busy day.
School, shopping, Cleveland, Akron, the airport, for work or for play. People you know count on SARTA to meet their transportation needs. And we deliver.
SARTA, where can we take you today?
Back at Robert Fife Stadium in Jackson Township after a Jackson punt. The Vikings have it 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, trailing 7-0. Grigualo looking for some running room, and the Jackson defense, nothing doing there. No gain right at the 35.
Well, that's the way to stop him, because he's one of those guys that runs really hard. You got to stop him before he gets going. A good job by the defensive front. Junker right in there.
Grigualo came into the ball game tonight rushing for over 1,100 yards, 5 yards a carry. He scored 15 touchdowns through the first 9 games. Ashby fakes, going to go down the far sideline, has a man, and he's out of bounds inside the Jackson 30-yard line. The catch made by number 3, Trent Graham.
Well, they went with a size mismatch, 6'5", and what a throw by Ashby. This thing is right on the money. Right on the sideline, only where his receiver could catch it, and a good job of cradling it in there before he went out of bounds. 40-yard completion.
At the 25 of Jackson. Grigualo straight ahead, following his blockers. Inside the 25, down near the 23-yard line.
You know, they've gone with Grigualo a couple of times up inside for nothing. The other part of that two-headed running monster is Ashby pulling it and taking it around the corner. We're going to see that before long.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
We saw
you
that.
Could see it. You could see those guys really caving in on Grigualo.
We saw it against Glen Oak weeks ago, early in the season. Grigualo straight ahead, still fighting. Carries inside the 20 to the 19.
Leading the charge for the Jackson defense, number 83, Hayden Junker. 3rd down.
Goddard the center, Wyatt and Reisling the guards, making room up front for Grigualo.
Cutting it to the weak side, just a little bit behind that trapping guard. Decent yardage. They're in 4-down territory, so the 3rd and 4 is a pretty good down and distance for them.
Have a bunch formation on the right, single receiver left. Looks like they may have tried to get Jackson to jump offside. Ashby now showing some confusion. Play clock at 2. And there is going to be a timeout. Yep. Yeah, the quarterback, Connor Ashby, was unsure of the call, and Coach Baum, there you see him, gets a timeout.
Well, it's you know, communication is very extensive in football. especially when you get a team up there and they want to change the play at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Mark, we talked about the playoff implications for both of these teams. Now, Jackson currently Division I, Region 1, they're sitting at number 9. If they win tonight, they're going to need a little bit of help, but if they win, there's a chance they get in. In Division 2, the Hoover Vikings currently at number 12. Perry is at number 11. Now you've got several teams in front of them, so Hoover obviously has to win this tonight and then look for some help.
That's right. Both teams need help. The tough part of Jackson in Division I is 7 of the 8 spots are already clinched. There's only 1 spot left. That means everybody else has to lose. Jackson has to win to get above them.
3rd down and 4. Ball at the 18. Ashby, quick toss, right side, Grugualo. He is hit and dropped back at the 23-yard line. And not fooled at all was the safety, Jake Ryan, who came up and put the hit on him.
Well, that was a great play. Ryan has great anticipation from his defensive back position. He saw this swing pass, and he was there. Now, you know, he gets a lot of credit for offense and all the passes he catches, including that first one of the game. But he is a great defensive back.
All right. They're going to go for it on 4th down. 4th down and about 8. Trips to the left side and now whistles.
Timeout, Jackson.
Yeah. Jackson takes a timeout. 5:39 remaining here in the first quarter.
Coach Bud must have thought that they were not in the right defense for what he expected on offense.
All right, while we have a moment, let's go down on that wet sideline and check in with our Frank Salona for the first time tonight. Frank?
All right, David, thank you so much. You know, I was just looking at some notes here. Hoover football, the last time they won the Federal League was in 2008, so 10 years ago under Don Hertler Jr. In that same year, they made it to the state semifinal game. They got beat by Cleveland St. Ignatius in that game, but on the way there, they beat Massillon, Washington 14-7. Then they beat Twinsburg 13-10. Then they beat Glen Oak 14-0 in that regional final until they finally stumbled there against St. Ignatius in 2008. So Hoover looking to get back into the playoffs.
Thanks a lot, Frank. That report brought to you by SARTA. So after the Jackson timeout, 4th down and 8, trips again to the far side for Ashby. Dropping, looking, Grugualo to the 20. Down the sideline. And he is going to be a little bit short, I believe, by a couple of yards. So Jackson's defense rises to the occasion.
Yes, they did. Hoover had a lot of people to the top of the screen. Then they put Grugualo, their best running back, obviously, trying to get him the ball, get him one-on-one out in some open space. But that was a really nice job by Jackson to get him along the sideline out of bounds short of the 1st down.
Here come the Polar Bears, leading 7-0 with 5:32 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball at their own 17-yard line. Trey Wright, the senior quarterback, gives off to Albright. Albright with lots of running room and all the way out to the 44-yard line. Senior Noah Albright with a big carry.
Well, we can say tackling is a key, but to do it is pretty difficult. Look how hard this guy runs.
Wow.
Man, he is running over people in there into the secondary. That's the kind of running backs we got on both sides of the ball tonight.
Atkins came in with 825 yards rushing, over 5 yards a carry, and 11 touchdowns for the Bears. 1st down at the 44. And Atkins again, sweep to the right, 45. Midfield, turns the corner, still on his feet, stumbles and falls forward down near the 44-yard line of Hoover. That is another Jackson 1st down.
A.J. Vega out there battling his receiver that was blocking him to make this tackle, but look how well blocked that is. Look at number 55 out there, a lineman paving a way for him. That's Aaron Custer. Good job by the guys up front. Wide receivers working for you. Everybody has to block for a running back to get into the secondary.
Yeah, you saw Ryan out there blocking as well, out in front. 1st down and 10 at the Hoover, 44. And the give is to Albright. And that time, no gain, stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Hoover decided we're going to make something happen. We're not just going to let them keep running it at them. They stepped those linebackers up into the line of scrimmage, plugged all those gaps, and came up with no gain.
So So Albright will get a breather, and Ethan Adkins into the lineup. The fullback in this formation is Nate Baumel, number 5. He is the up back in the I.
And in the I formation, he is responsible for a lot of the yards those tailbacks are gaining.
Quick toss to Ryan at the 40. Ryan tries to make a cut, and then he is swallowed up. Ball ripped out at the end of the play, and the Vikings, there's the signal. Well, no, I was going to say, is the signal out of bounds? But no, the official said it did go out of bounds, so it'll stay with Jackson. Wow, close play. So the ball took a fortuitous bound. Frank Salona, what do you have?
Yeah, guys, I'm standing right in front of where that happened, and what happened was the Hoover defensive player did grab the football, but his feet were out of bounds.
There you go. Yep, there it is. Good call. We were able to see that as well on the replay. On the carry is Albright. Albright stacked up and pushed back to the 36. Looking at a 4th down and a long one.
You can see the Hoover defense doing a good job keeping him away from that 35-yard line. He needs to cross that 35-yard line to get the first down. Not a real gamble here, even if they don't make it. You know, they're on the plus side. Actually, this is where Hoover started off their last couple of drives, right. 35 and 33, I think.
I formation in the backfield, just shy of the 35. Toss. All kinds of running room. Albright has the first down and more for the Polar Bears as he carries down near the 27.
Well, we talk about offensive play calling and defensive calling being a chess match. And, you know, everybody's expecting it to go up inside. So what does Jackson do? Fake it up inside, pitch to the outside. Really a nice play call.
Ball at the 27-yard line of Hoover. Jackson already up 7-0. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Albright deep in the eye. Fake to him, right. Looking, running to his right, all kinds of pressure, and he is going to go down all the way back near the 40-yard line. What a huge play for the Vikings defense.
It was. J.R. Rupert, number 31, number 42, Connor Maley in there. This is a huge play for the Hoover defense. They're tracking him down, and Wright just couldn't get rid of it to prevent that sack. A 13-yard sack. Thank you, Bob.
Now the ball marked just short of the 40. 2nd down and 23. Trips to the near side. Albright he's positioned to the left of Wright. Quick toss to the wide receiver on the far side. He is dropped immediately and now ruled incomplete. Pass caught by number 19, Luke Lorenz over there.
Well, Jackson just trying to get something, trying to get part of it back. You know, it's a good sound play call to get yourself back into a 3rd down situation where you can get it in between the yard markers, but you know, an incompletion puts it right back at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 23.
Oh, I apologize. That was Randy Torrance. Incomplete pass. Could not hang on. All right, just inside the 40. 3rd down and 23. Ryan in motion. Wright going to keep. Wright in all kinds of trouble. Nobody fooled that time. And the Vikings come up with a huge play on 3rd down.
First hit by Luke Hayden, number 52. You're right, nobody fooled. We hadn't seen Wright carry it off the fake before, so it's a good play call, but got to credit Hoover's defense. Number 88's right there too, Stephen Pope.
So Wright is going to drop back to punt. And now dropping back is A.J. Vega, standing near his 10. Wright to kick, no pressure, high floater. Vega signals for the fair catch, hits at the 5. Diving effort, but it goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. We have a timeout on the field. 1:10 to go in the first quarter. Jackson 7, Hoover nothing on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard.
Here's to time with friends, spoiling the grandkids, and romantic getaways. Here's to good health with AltCare's Primetime Health Plan. With new vision and dental benefits on most plans, a new hearing aid benefit, and worldwide emergency and urgent coverage when you need it, you can focus on planning your next great adventure without having to worry about your health plan. To learn more about our new health care plans, call us to reserve your seat at a meeting. We'd love to see you. Life's a journey with AltCare's Primetime Health Plan. Let your journey start with us.
There you go. Automatic tailgates now. Liberty Ford is a family-owned business like we are. No, this is Gregory Bumbu.
They stand up to their word, their promises.
That, to me, is top service.
Just made the whole experience honestly perfect.
Liberties in Aurora, Maple Heights, Canton, Parma Heights, Brunswick, Vermilion.
Embarrassed to smile at family events? Unable to enjoy your favorite foods because of loose dentures? Haven't been to the dentist in a while because of fear? Get healthy at the Amison Dental Group at 3684 Dressler Road Northwest. Let us get you the smile you deserve. Call us at 330-452-2255. Mention WHBC when you call and receive a free take-home whitening kit, a $250 value. Amison Dental Group, where everyone deserves to smile.
Back at Jackson with the Polar Bears on top 7-0 late first quarter. Hoover with a 1st and 10. Ashby going to run. Ashby with some pretty good yardage, spins and carries out across the 30. Talked about Connor Ashby's running ability. Through the air this year, he's thrown for nearly 1,900 yards, 17 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions coming into tonight's game.
Pretty good efficiency, isn't it? You know, and we talked about over 70% completions. The thing that impresses me most is he spreads the ball around.
1st and 10. Ashby in the pocket, chased, going to run, cuts it back, spins, and is knocked down at near the 36.
And part of the reason he doesn't turn the ball over is he knows he's got those legs that if he doesn't like what he sees, he just runs for plus yards.
Yep.
You know, a guy that can't move, he's sitting in a pocket. He's going to throw it in there sometimes when he shouldn't, but not Connor Ashby.
You know, you watch that matchup on the near side here. Vaness, the left tackle, going to OU. Junker going to Kent State. And Junker's playing pretty well right now against Vaness. The pass to Grigualo breaks through. He is going to take it to the house on that far sideline. It's a touchdown for Hoover.
64 yards, Dave.
Grigualo puts Hoover within a point with just 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Some kind of play.
Well, we saw Atkins break tackles when Jackson had the ball. Now you're going to see Grigualo and how he breaks tackles. Just a nice little screen pass out to the left. Good blocking down there, but look, there's a broken arm tackle. He squirts through there, and now nobody's going to catch him.
Jonah
Big play
Klein,
for the Vikings. Yep.
Right, Jonah Klein on to attempt the extra point now. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Again, just 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's now Jackson 7 and Hoover 7. And really, that play looked innocent enough. You know, you figure they're going to get the first down, continue the drive, but bam, he shot out of there like a cannon.
Yes, he did. Great blocking was part of it. And then, you know, he broke a tackle. You're always asking a running back to break a tackle, and he did. That's the advantage of getting the ball in the running back's hands. You know, receivers, you know, some of them are great runners with the ball, but typically they're catchers and run into the open field where running backs can make something happen after the catch by breaking tackles.
So true. Yeah, well stated.
That drive, 3 plays, 80 yards, 1 minute and 4 seconds, ended up with a 64-yard touchdown pass from Ashby to Grigualo. Extra point good. We are tied up at 7s.
And you can see that rain just flowing across from east to west here at Robert Fife Stadium.
The weather's got it opposite for us football guys. It's supposed to rain during the week and then be nice on the weekends.
I hear you.
Our last 3 weekends have been wet.
Vikings ready to kick off. That's number 21, Elliot Torno. Short kick, kicks it to the right, bounces, and over the head of the Jackson runner. Now on the return, in all kinds of trouble. That is Preston Johnson, and he is going to be stopped inside the 10-yard line.
Well, they've gone with that bloop kick a couple of times. The first time the up guy caught it. This time he didn't, and it bounced over the head of the deep guy. And now he's in trouble because it's not going to get to the goal line. He's got to return it, and that has allowed the Hoover coverage to get down in there. That's great kick coverage.
Down there, number 6, Gabe Vega. That is going to end our first quarter of play. It's Jackson 7, Hoover 7 on the Oak Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. We're going to take a timeout, second quarter action when we return.
Buckle up, Northern Ohio. Cedar Point, here we come. You won't find bigger thrill seekers than us, and my CRV's got enough space for the whole crew and our appetite for adrenaline. Get ready, Valraven. You're first on my list. Thrills are better with my Honda!
Upgrade to a new CRV for just $269 per month. Shop your local Honda dealer or online at northernohiohondadealers.com.
For nearly 40 years, Expert Auto Collision has been serving Stark County with premium customer service and collision repair. Bring your wrecked vehicle and they'll immediately get to work with you and your insurance company to get your vehicle back to pre-accident condition. Expert Auto Collision's professional crew has the experience and the drive to bring your damaged vehicle back to life.
Don't let an accident get your goat. Come see me, Tara, at Expert Auto Collision, the only female-owned and operated collision repair center in Northeast Ohio.
Expert Auto Collision, where we meet good people by accident.
Y'all know it's football season. Around these parts, football season is barbecue season. If you want to score big on game day, make slow-smoked Old Carolina barbecue your go-to spot before, during, and after all the games. No need to cook on Friday. Meet before the game at Old Carolina. Or grab a party pack and host the ultimate college or pro football party. Featuring award-winning ribs, tender pulled pork, and jumbo smoked wings. We have options for all your pigskin pig-outs. Get more info at oldcarolina.com. Old Carolina Barbecue Company. Meet before the game.
Wake up with Canton's Morning News. Pam Cook reports all the news, traffic, and weather you need to get your day started. News Talk 1480 WHBC. Online at WHBC.com.
It's Hoover 7, Jackson 7 on the Old Carolina Barbecue scoreboard. There you see the Hoover fans being friendly with our sign, I hope, Mark.
Yeah. The guys forgot their shirts. Isn't it awesome to see high school kids having a ball like that on a Friday night?
Ball is at the 8-yard line for Jackson. They have a first down and 10 deep in their own territory. And they're going to try to run it. On the carry, that is Atkins. Atkins with good yardage out near the 20-yard line.
Well, that's what Jackson's hoping for. Get a first down, get it away from our goal line, and they did it on one play. This was not a play called to go outside, but he bounced it because he didn't see a lot of defenders out there, and he made a nice move.
Ball is at the 19-yard line. First down and 10. Gain of 11 on that carry by Atkins. Now they'll toss it to Atkins, left side. He's got some more running room, and he pounds out near the 25.
Well, this is what Jackson wants to do. You know, they like to just control the ball, control the clock, keep that explosive offense of Hoover on the sideline. And they've got the running backs and the big old guys up front to get it done.
They sure do. They'll break the huddle. Second down and about 4 now from the 25. Atkins behind Baumel. Wright gives it off to Atkins straight ahead. A couple more yards as he pushes out near the 28.
You know, we just, as a group, we just say the big guys up front. Here you can see in Baumel leading up in there, he's the one that causes a crease to allow the tailback. But check the 5 starting interior linemen, 295, 250, 220, 300, 320. That's unbelievable.
Well, they're going to give Atkins a first down on that last carry. So it's first and 10, ball at the 29. Only one receiver in this formation. They'll give it to Baumel, the up back, and he fights for a couple of yards.
We used to call that a token carry. You know, you ask him to block 30 times, you give it to him once.
There you go.
You know, just to keep him interested, but more than that, to keep the defense honest. You know, they can't completely ignore him because he could pop it right through there.
Ball at the 32. 2nd down and 7. Clock running. 2nd quarter in a 7-7 tie.
This is a good job by the Polar Bears. They have brought it out away from their goal line. That kickoff really pinned them, and they've brought it out.
Ryan is the lone receiver to the far side. Everybody else in close. Toss to Adkins, left side. Adkins carries to the 34. Gains a couple.
And now our first really big play of the game. You know, it's so early, but this 3rd down here, you either give the ball back to Hoover right after they marched it right down the field and scored, or you convert on 3rd and 5.
Well, they take Baumel out, and now you have Adkins and Albright in the backfield. They're going to flank the quarterback right. 1 receiver far side, 2 to this side. Wright going to roll to his right, looking, throws, catches made by Adkins, and Adkins taken out near the 38. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about a yard.
Great tackle by Andrew Spence. Nice play call. Got it to the guy out there in space, a running back, but the ball was on his back hip a little bit. He slowed up just enough that Spence was able to pull him down. Now Jackson looks like they're going to go for it. And this would be a little bit of a risk, a little bit of a gamble here early in the game.
Now remember, Wright is the punter, so he could quick kick it here.
Yep.
Nobody back deep for the Vikings.
They tried to draw him off sides again. Now they're getting a change of play from the sideline.
Play call is down to 4.
Yeah, they're going to take
3.
a timeout and punt it.
Play clock, I should say. Yeah, you're right. There's the timeout taken by Jackson.
Well, you know, Jackson's been, you know, they've been a little bit of risk takers so far. The opening play of the game, a couple of the other plays, you know, and so for them to go for it right there might have been in keeping with their game time philosophy, but you don't want to go down, so punt it away and make them go further, I think, is the right call.
Hey, we want to take a moment and thank everyone who donated to the 2018 McKinley-Massillon Food Fight. We'll be announcing the winner and present the trophy on the field on Saturday at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium in Massillon. We invite you to stay tuned, and we'll let you know who won this year's food fight. Brian Baum talking to his troops in a tie ball game with a 4th down and 1. Jackson calling a timeout. 8:25 to go here in the first half. Now Wright will drop back in the traditional punt formation.
Jackson uses this double spread initially on the punt. The last time they both came back into a tight formation. Looks like they will again. Now, they do that to if the Hoover defense doesn't adjust, they can fake it and maybe get a big play.
That's the benefit of having your quarterback as your punter, right?
Exactly.
Okay, Wright with a high kick. Johnson going to go back under it for the Vikings. Fair catch, and bobbled it right between 2 Jackson players. But he did hang on near the 25.
That's a job I don't want, man.
I always,
That's a tough
high school,
job.
college, pro.